and welcome back to Adventures with Ariel. Today my twin sister Alex is back here with me to do another theme park review. We're gonna fill you in on all that SeaWorld has to offer, and we're gonna let you know how it stacks up against other Florida theme parks. Keep watching to find out. Y'all, I put out Disney and theme park related videos every single week. I give tips and tricks for visiting the parks, theme park reviews, vlogs, all kinds of stuff. So if that all sounds good to you, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Alright, let's continue. SeaWorld is a marine zoological park founded in 1964. The first SeaWorld opened in San Diego, the second opened in Orlando in 1973, and a third opened in San Antonio in the 80s. After years and years of anticipation, we finally got to visit our first SeaWorld park, SeaWorld Orlando. We're gonna break it down from the rides, to the shows, to the marine animals, and we're gonna really let you know if SeaWorld is worth a visit. Let's start off with what SeaWorld is best known for, the shows. So perhaps what SeaWorld is best known for is the One Ocean, otherwise known as the Shamu Show. It is a show featuring orca whales. There are dancing fountains that surround the stage. You see the trainers interacting with them, teaching the audience something about preservation and protection. I was really impressed with this show. I think it was quite a spectacle. What about you? Orcas are pretty intelligent creatures, so they're able to do a lot of really cool tricks that I wasn't expecting. A lot of the audience was getting splashed, which was quite nice. It couldn't have been more hot of a day for the middle of September, I have to say. Yeah. I thought it was really interesting to learn all about these amazing animals. It is pretty amazing what these whales are capable of. The next show we have to talk about is the Dolphin Days show. Another really impressive SeaWorld show. Dolphin Days is similar in nature to One Ocean and how you really kind of see the relationships that the trainers have with these animals. I was wowed by what these dolphins were capable of, how they could flip through the air and how they could be so easygoing with their trainer counterparts. It was quite a spectacle as well. You have this rainbow of tropical birds flying around. Dolphin Days and One Ocean you cannot miss at SeaWorld. If you don't attend these shows, then I would say you did make the most out of your day at SeaWorld, so definitely give these shows a try. Now another show we have to talk about is Pets Ahoy. Really fun show that features non-exotic animals, including dogs, cats, pigs, geese. It was actually one of the highlights for me just because it had like clever little jokes in there. What a perfect time for my cat to walk by. Even had cats, which I kind of wasn't expecting because cats are pretty hard animals to train. You can't really train them to do tricks. Very hard. So yeah, they got cats to do a bunch of stuff, you know, like climb on things. If you've seen the Animal Actor show at Universal Studios, I enjoyed it. I think it surpasses that show. Once again, a 5 out of 5 in my book, and definitely try to see it if you can. So let's talk about the rides now. SeaWorld has recently become home to plenty of amazing roller coasters. Well, maybe not plenty. There's 3. So when you enter the park, the first coaster you come across is Manta. Manta is the only flying coaster in Florida as of now, believe it or not. I would recommend that you do not ride Manta first, because when we walked to the park, we saw it was 35 minutes, and I was like, Alex, you know, it's not a very crowded day at the park. I feel like everyone is going to Manta because it's the first ride that you come across. So I would wait until it's later in the day when people aren't entering the park anymore, and it will go down to like 5 minutes, which is what happened to us. Manta is pretty smooth. It's a flying coaster. Those are like the scariest for both of us. I don't know why. Right. But that's just like a personal thing, but it is much, much better than any other flying coaster I've been on. You go over water, you like head towards these rocky landscapes. And it really does feel like you're flying. And can I just say the queue to this ride was very well done. Very impressive. I really liked it. The queue was a freaking It was an aquarium. Practically an aquarium. You get to I've never seen that. Right. It's an aquarium queue that you get to walk through before you go on the ride. Now we're going to talk about Kraken Unleashed, which in the past was known for its virtual reality. I don't know if they still run the virtual reality on Kraken. It didn't look like they were when we were there, but Kraken turns riders upside down about 7 times, reaches speeds up to 65 miles per hour with heights of more than 150 feet. Another fun fact is it's Orlando's only floorless roller coaster. It's not a hanging coaster, but you're sitting down and there's no floor beneath your feet. Now I would say this coaster overall had a very good layout. I enjoyed all of the loops. I enjoyed how we went through a little tunnel at one point, the little twists and turns throughout. I found very enjoyable. A little bumpy, not as smooth smooth as Manta or what we're gonna talk about next, Mako, but definitely worth a ride. Now we're gonna talk about Mako, named after the shark. This roller coaster is considered by many to be the best in Florida.
I think it's both the tallest and the fastest.
It's known as a hyper coaster. It reaches up to 200 feet high with speeds up to 73 miles per hour. I gotta tell you, that first hill is breathtaking.
It is.
What I was most impressed about with this coaster was not only the thrills it brought, but just how smooth it was.
Yeah.
We get a lot of smooth transitions, turns, and airtime hills.
It's intense, but it's definitely worth it. It's just a very enjoyable ride.
I gotta agree with the public. This is the best coaster in Florida, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Now, the last attraction we're going to talk about is not a roller coaster. It is called the Journey to Atlantis, based off the mythical land of Atlantis. And it is a water flume coaster hybrid, which I thought was so cool. This ride was a little bit like Splash Mountain or Jurassic Park, you know, those other water flume rides you've been on at the other Orlando parks. But I really liked the coaster feature. You start off going through the land of Atlantis. It's indoors, it's a dark ride. There aren't any animatronics, none of the figures around you are moving. I mean, it looks really pretty, but I would prefer maybe if they turn them into animatronics.
Yeah, it's not quite up to Disney level when it came to like the setting and the little animals that you saw.
And like these other water flume rides, you have a few small drops at the beginning and then you have the big drop, but then after that it's not over because the flume you're on becomes like a coaster.
Yeah, like
and
a solid track.
Right.
And
then you get splashed again. This ride I'm gonna give a 4.5 out of 5. I would give it a 5, but I just wish that the Atlantis area had some animatronics, some good old animatronics. That's just a personal nitpick. But yeah, this is definitely worth checking out as well. Okay, well now I think it's time that we talk about another thing that SeaWorld is very much known for, the animals and the animal experiences. Once again, we did not get to do all of these, but there were definitely some highlights. With Turtle Trek, you walk through this aquarium where you see sea turtles swimming around, and then after that you get this 360-degree 3D theater showcase. And I thought the show was pretty well done.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, it wasn't the most amazing 3D show I've ever seen in a theme park, but it put you in the shoes of a sea turtle migrating to the ocean. Once again, educational, teaching us to protect these creatures, to protect sea life. Another really cool aquarium was the Jewel of the Sea Aquarium, located right by Journey to Atlantis. And what I found most cool about this aquarium was the habitat that was covered by plexiglass that you walk across. So you're walking across this glass and you get to look down below and see all the sea life below you.
Never seen something quite like that before.
Another one of my favorites was the manatee rehabilitation area. Here, visitors can catch a glimpse at SeaWorld's working manatee rescue and rehabilitation facility to learn more about what these animals are going through in the wild.
Very unique looking animals that you don't get to see out in the wild.
Very majestic creatures, I would say. You have to go look at the manatees because there are tons of them. I could stay there for hours, to be honest with you, if it wasn't 94 degrees outside. You can also check out the Manta Aquarium, which is right by the Manta roller coaster, where you get kind of this 360-degree look at all of these sea animals. Another thing I found really cool, kind of similar to the plexiglass covering the sea habitats earlier, you get to see it the opposite. You get to look up at a ceiling and you see all the sea life above you.
You could even see little like hammerhead sharks.
Oh my gosh, just like all the animals you get to see, guys. This is a big highlight of SeaWorld. And then you also get to pet stingrays. They have a stingray lagoon there. But yeah, there are other habitats we didn't talk about, like there was the dolphin nursery where you see them nursing baby dolphins, and we just didn't have the time to stop by every single animal habitat. We didn't see the penguins or anything. I know they have penguins there too.
Yeah.
Wish we had. So I think all in all, SeaWorld is a great one-day park. Even though we didn't get to do everything, I think that we got to do most of it. We got to ride almost all of the rides. We got to see a good amount of the animal habitats, and we got to see pretty much almost all the shows. And this is just a heads up for any Orlando theme park. It's just been getting hotter and hotter every year in the fall in Florida here. So I would say wait till October or after in the year to visit one of these parks. I just wanted to get inside as much as I could, which is another reason we didn't necessarily stay outside to see all the animal habitats, because it was just so hot.
Drinks and ice cream can be expensive as well, so I'd recommend bringing your own giant refillable water bottle.
I think to answer the video's leading question, yes, SeaWorld is definitely worth a visit. If you just have a day to do SeaWorld, then that's perfectly fine because you're gonna get most of it done in one day. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped y'all out in deciding whether or not you want to make a trip to SeaWorld. Remember that I put out Disney related and theme park videos every single week, so if that all sounds good to you, please consider subscribing to this channel and remember to give this video a big thumbs up. Alright y'all, so you can expect plenty of more theme park reviews from the twins in the future, and we're gonna sign off this video like always by saying have a magical day.